Dubai has done so much to like stand out. How come that is still not being seen, and like the conservative side is still being picked on, especially here on IG?
I mean, I think that's also because you have a vast Indian population, right? And not a lot of them are very well educated, as much as we'd like for them to
Hmm.
believe that.
Hmm.
I also don't think there's enough media coming out from the UAE and Dubai to show that difference. Like, for example, when we grew up watching Friends, How I Met Your Mother, and whatnot, we would pick up the nuances of that country quite easily, right? We'd understand their slang, we'd understand their culture a lot easier. I don't think the UAE has been so advanced in their media. I'm talking about whether it's television and whatnot to show that difference. Because at max, you've got Dubai Bling, and like, who the
That's
fuck's even
now.
watch that? Like, who? I mean, some people have, but it's obnoxious wealth, right? And it's not very relatable because it's all people that everyone aspires to be like, or everyone just looks at them and goes like, oh wow, you've got the dream life that we could never have. How often do you see relatable content where people go like, okay, there is culture over here? And I'd like to think like outside of the chamak culture, there's more to Dubai than dokha and like karak chai,
Yes.
and we don't really show that as much.
Yeah,
Stay
that's so
tuned,
true.
2025 knocker media trying to change that. Okay, I'm not trying to do
That's okay. I
that.
think
Like,
that's great. I think just like plug in
no,
whatever.
but like
No, but you're
that
right.
needs to
You're
be
right.
changed.
I mean, you're when you say that, yes, in 20 sorry, in on TV we used to see Friends and all these shows, and they lived a very regular life,
Yeah,
and that regular life was also something that you want to aspire to reach,
yeah.
right? Like a Dubai bling is an exceptional life, so it's already like, I mean, for some people who want to,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
Of course, I
how,
agree with you. Yeah,
yeah, how do you like get to that spot? And then it's like, is Dubai only that? Is it only bling? Because there's such a true side to Dubai.
yeah. But I also feel like it kind of is, right? Because the I mean, what's normal in Dubai, right? Nobody glorifies normal. And second, you, I do think that there are some degrees of unfair advantages. This could even be sex related, right? Like what I mean is Andrew Tate entirely wrong when he says that when you
Andrew Tate is
go,
always
no,
wrong.
when you say that you're on a yacht and you see a couple of chicks there versus the guys over there in a yacht. Like I'm not talking about invited yacht. I'm talking about like actually being there, right? Nobody has gone out of their way and gone like, "Hey, baby Nikhil, come down to a yacht. I'm going to treat you right." Like
Yeah.
I've got to accomplish a fuck ton to do that so that I can get like some sort of gay sugar daddy to go like Nikhil, come through, you
Yeah.
know. And that's I don't want to risk that because there's certain seals I enjoy staying sealed. But like,
No, no, I get it. I get
there's
it.
I do think that there are people who've got a lot who will share it. And now again, I'm not trying to say that Andrew Tate's right or wrong. I'm just saying that that was a
Hmm.
particular example where
Hmm.
you know I think there are some people that are exposed to that glamorous side and can sort of fit in a lot easier than I can. Like I don't think I could fit into the most glamorous circles because I'm a guy who's got like black t-shirts and sweatpants, and I have one pair of Jordans. I'm not fancy. I don't have designer clothes or watches or any of that, and I don't get gifted that. I don't you
Yeah.
know I've got to earn every single stripe. And I think there are a lot of people, you included, who would do that. You would earn your stripes. You're
Every
not like
single thing.
waiting
Yeah.
to get that given to you. But I think, yes,
Yeah.
the current misconception is you could, again, somebody made a video about this. People from the UK coming into Dubai, a dude would spend like 10,000 pounds, and a chick would come here with a suitcase and like bikinis and push-up bras, and like you don't have to spend a cent.
Yeah. No,
They're not wrong.
they're not wrong.
They-
That's true. I mean, but why do you think like it's so easier for women though?
the- okay, also maybe if you go back a bit, I think historically we're probably always just geared to provide for them. So we think that if we show that we can provide, that means we get some sort of ownership over them, or that we deserve their attention, or we deserve to be the center of their world. But it's so ironic, right? Like I think guys would put all that effort and they'll show off, they'll buy the fanciest things to get the woman, but they would never really develop themselves enough emotionally, or like, in what's the right word for it, but they wouldn't really develop themselves to keep the woman, or even
It's called breadcrumbing. No, no, sorry, love bombing. Where I actually had spoken about this also in one of my reels, where they'll be like, I'll do so much for you and
yeah.
make you fall in love with me.
Uske baad kya?
Yeah, after that, what are we going to do? Because now I don't have the skills to sustain
Yeah,
you in this relationship, right? So now I'm going to go back to what my original state was. And now you're going to feel a disconnect. Then a woman feels a disconnect. And then they'll be
100%.
like, bro, what went wrong? So it's very easy to woo, I think. And it comes from that place where you said that I get that, like a man will get the validation, and it's like, okay, the provider instincts come out. but how do you sustain that? So it's like, are you also provide like investing in skills within yourself to be a better person? And I don't think this concept existed a while back, right? I think it's pretty new.
At least it's been brought to the forefront now thanks to like social media and videos and whatnot. But yeah, I don't think there's like a I think women get attention, period. They just get more attention due to the virtue of who they are because they're more desirable, right? Like every dude wants women either to as a partner or as a prized possession. They're one or the other, and you can't ever change that. I think that's how
We're
guys
wired.
have always been. And also, when you look at, let's take pornography or sex or prostitution, for example, the biggest consumers of that tend to be men, right? Like, there's always been a price attached to women, even from that perspective. It's like, if I have money, I can buy a woman's time, I can buy a woman's love, I can buy a woman's attention. From prostitution to OnlyFans, that exists, right? So I think the default setting is always that, oh, you know what, women can get access to places a lot quicker or faster than men normally can,
Yeah.
just due to who they are. Like whether you're attractive, non-attractive, if you're bold, if you're smart, like I just think there are hacks. But that being said, men don't have to deal with periods and pregnancy scares. So like it's okay. I'll take that trade-off. I'm fine with that. I don't get ledged at a whole lot. I don't feel that sense of insecurity or safety. Like if somebody gropes me in a bus, I'm like, oh, thank you. So
No, it's really bad, man. It's really bad. Like, we go through it from the time when we're really, really young. Like, sexual assaults and, people in the buses and all. It's a little ridiculous, but you're so right when you say this, that it comes from there is a price to everything, and women end up falling into that price tag, right?
and they end up being the prize themselves because it's always seen as that, right? Like guys would fight wars for women. Swayamvars existed because of that concept, right? Like 20 dudes almost facing off for like the
Yeah.
attention of one woman. Like, what do you do there? And I don't think you can do much. I just think you've got to play to your strengths where they are.